Welcome and welcome to the present. Mr. Foster, how are we doing this lovely Sunday evening?
We're doing well, we're doing well, we're doing well.
I used to enjoying and relishing the victory we had yesterday against Wolves. I'm still in a euphoria. I'm basking in the fact that we started our 2024-2025 campaign with a victory. I don't know about some people feeling some type of way, but I am happy. I'm still enjoying euphoria. I'm relishing the fact that we won, clean sheet, good performance, could be better. But come on, man, I'm enjoying it. Are you enjoying it? Are you soaking it in?
Of course, of course. What's there to complain about? What's there to complain? We knew 3 points. That was the metric. That was what was
Okay.
needed, and we are fortunate. We got our 3 points, played well. We'll definitely do improve and do better.
Sure.
And had a clean sheet. We're able to see some players that we bought, players like Timber come on. Give us a preview of what he will do this season.
What is to come?
I'm very happy.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, guys, do us a kind favor. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Watching the playback, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, very, very important. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can catch us with notification when we go live and when we post pre-recorded content. So, the aftermath of the victory, we know the usual suspects, AFTV and the rest. I saw a video making the rounds. Mr. Yardman saying, bringing back the debate of Arteta is not as good as Unai Emery. Unai Emery is a superior manager to Arteta. When I saw that, I didn't want to react at first. I'm like, I know they are hustling as usual. We know they are hustling. But on second thought, I'm like, we won yesterday. We did not lose. We kept a clean sheet. Why the negativity again? Why all this nonsense?
Well, what can I say? You have to look for something to start the season with. It would be a shame that we are playing Aston Villa and the stage isn't set, or they've not started a mini campaign.
Yeah.
To create a certain agenda or to create a certain, template for it in terms of, because what are the odds that we have to play Aston Villa next week or this week rather, and we have to play Aston Villa, someone just randomly comes and starts talking about Unai Emery.
Yeah.
Now, it turned out to be an argument. It may be round.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen? We have to play Aston Villa on Saturday away from home. What do you think we will do? We will go and tell, before you know, this debate will be running up and down. And guess what will happen? AFTV has introduced it. Guess what will happen?
Yeah.
Other fan channels and all people will introduce it. So you see, we can call the crap and the bullshit. We are on to their game, you understand? We are on to the game. Even if something like that had any modicum of, what do they call it?
Merit to it.
Truth. Nobody would believe it because we've seen this too many times, where negativity has now been the golden goose or that lays the goose that lays the golden egg. We've seen it.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it from perspective like, okay, why are we talking about Unai Emery is a better manager than Arteta? Because if you look at the plain logic, right? They see Unai Emery doesn't do well with top clubs. Objectively, there's a reason why they like when he was in Spain, right? Even though he won the Europa League with Sevilla a few times, and did relatively well with Valencia, but the likes of Real Madrid, the likes of Barcelona never sought Unai Emery services. There's a reason why. Is he a good cup manager? Yes, but we know the bread and butter is the league. Sustainability, because when it comes to cups, right, you can be lucky.
Yeah,
you can get a favorable draw.
Of course,
you can get the opposition players might not. Some players might not. But when it comes to the league, even though you can have a modicum of luck in the league, but over 38 games, You cannot negotiate that with luck. You have to be some meritocracy when it
Yes.
comes to. So when people are shouting about, oh,
Of
Emery
course.
is a better manager than Mikel Arteta, it does not make no sense because number one, Emery doesn't do well with top clubs. He deals well or does
Definitely.
well with mid-table team. I mean, I've seen that Arteta is a manager that can handle the pressure, that can handle what comes with being at a top club. So why we have is like comparing apples and oranges. This is an idiotic comparison being pushed, unfortunately, by the Arsenal fan base.
Yeah, you have to understand that something will, what do they call it? According to what they say, something must kill a man.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, the stupidity of the person is one of them. Let's look at it logically. Emery has been a manager for 20 years now.
sure.
The biggest team he has ever managed is Arsenal.
It's Arsenal.
People can talk about PS. Now, Emery came to Arsenal, right? I will say this. Emery won the Europa League 3 times back to back to back.
With Sevilla.
When he won the Europa League back to back to back with Sevilla, I've seen people say he has more European trophies. Look, let me say one thing. He has more European trophies than Sir Alex Ferguson. But Alex Ferguson is not playing for. I'm sorry, he's not playing for Europa League or UEFA Cup, as they used to call it, because
Okay, let me
originally it
pause you
was
there
the
if you don't
UEFA
mind.
Cup and the
Let me
UEFA
let, let me let me interject before you proceed with your point. You understand? So if we go by the logic of these naysayers or these people who are pushing this agenda, right? By that logic, Zidane is a better manager than Pep because he won 3 Champions League back to back. Does that logic fly too?
Yeah,
Because when you put this agenda on one side, but on the other side you want to twist it, it does not make sense. See, logic is consistent regardless of how you switch it. But their logic, it doesn't make sense.
yeah.
If by that logic, he has won 3 Europa League trophies with Sevilla back to back, and that means that gives him the audacity, the right to be a superior manager. I want to say Zidane winning the Champions League 3 times in a row is a superior manager to Pep. Are we going to admit that? I would love someone, you're watching this on the playback, to help me rationalize that. Are we going to say that too? Maybe you can help him, Mr. Maybe you can help me enlighten me on that.
You have people who will do that, who will go that far. But realistically and logically, we know he's not a better manager than Pep.
Sure.
Nowhere near. You understand? We've seen managers come and go. When we talk about Unai Emery, I'm sorry. Pep that has only 3 Champions League, and Unai Emery that has won 4 Europa Leagues, doesn't care about the Europa League. People forget this thing was called UEFA Cup. It was called UEFA Cup, and what made this competition a competition that had credibility was the fact that people never cared about the Europa Cup like they cared about the UEFA Champions League.
League.
They now changed it to Europa League and now interjected a particular clause, which is if you can win the competition, you automatically qualify for
Champions League.
This is a manager, now listen carefully, who qualified first originally through the league. Then he qualified for the Champions League. He was eliminated from that same Champions League. Came to, what do they call it? The same Conference League or UEFA Cup, won the competition, went to the Champions League again, was beaten, came back,
dropped back,
won the competition. Exactly. So we can see that if you're a board member or you are the owner of a club that wants to pick a particular manager, you're not going to take him serious because you look at him as a manager that cannot take the step to the big stages.
To the big leagues.
I don't know if you understand.
I definitely understand that.
He has been a manager for 20 years. Barcelona had never considered him. Real Madrid,
never.
Within that period, Lopetegui at West Ham was given the job. Lopetegui was at FC Porto when he was giving Madrid job. You understand?
Yeah.
Lopetegui, yeah, he was at FC Porto. Then I think Lopetegui was at FC Porto, now became Spain's manager. Then that summer went to Madrid. Fernando
Yeah.
Hierro took over for him. That was during the last Euros or World Cup, one of them. Yeah, it was the World Cup. Then the same Emery was in Spain when he was doing Europa League success. Madrid never thought of him to say, "Oh, because you are winning UEFA Cup, let me give you my team so that you, since you have luck in Europe, you will do Champions League
Exactly.
for us." They never considered. Pellegrini was considered ahead of Emery. What is Emery's playing style? They cannot tell us.
Nobody can
Emery
define up to today.
went to PSG.
Yeah.
Of course, I would never forget when Emery went to PSG. Now we could say a little bit of the player power was at play based off of how
Sure.
PSG was. You had Neymar. So,
Messi.
but I remember a particular game. I think that was before Messi, yeah. Before Neymar and Mbappe.
Mbappe, sorry, yeah.
The period when, yeah. I remember the Real Madrid lost 3-1 away. These people were supposed to play Real Madrid at home. Now, when
Yeah.
you get to your home ground, what do? You give it your all. You push. These guys started with a midfield of Thiago Motta, Verratti, and Rabiot. That is one of the most stale midfields you can have. No creative spark. Then after that, do you know what this guy did? After 70-something minutes, Madrid were leading 1-0. This guy took off Thiago Motta and brought on Lassana Diarra. As a bystander, that was the day I said, this guy is not a manager that I want to ever see, that I would ever, if I owned a club, would ever manage, would ever call to manage.
He doesn't belong to the top echelon. We just have to say the fact that Unai Emery is not a top manager. Now, will he win you a few cups here and there to consolidate for his lack of being a top manager? Yes, he's a mid-table manager at best. Like you just said out, the characteristics are there.
Yeah. But are you also looking at it that it's easy for us to say he has won this competition? That's why I keep telling people, when we can it's easy for you to come and just say, "Oh, you've won the competition," straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Did you didn't pair into the analysis to say, how did he win the competition? Okay, was he better than was he outstandingly better than his opponents?
His peers.
Can we look and say, "Oh, this guy blew most of the teams he played away"? In the final against, I think I was in Ukraine at the time. This this Ukrainian guy that later made the move, that was supposed to go to Liverpool but did not materialize, Yevenkono Playanka. His club was the one that they played. I think, was it Luhansk? I forgot him. It was the club. They were better than Sevilla. Sevilla played Benfica in the first one they won. I would never forget when Sevilla played Benfica. There was no chance Benfica did not miss. That was when the myth about their former manager that they sacked unjustly came out and cursed them. He has already passed, but cursed them that because they did that to him, they will never win a competition, European competition. Bro, Benfica missed everything, got to penalty shootouts and lost.
Yeah.
I remember the black guy who scored for them. I forgot his name. The second one, we remember it was against Karpaty, yes, Karpaty Lviv. After playing Karpaty Lviv, I remember vividly it was against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, where Liverpool should have blown them away. Then the second half, those inconsistent players gave up how many chances? And Emery beat Klopp. Fair play. You understand? To anybody that wants to say fair play.
Yeah.
But that never changed my mind to tell me that Emery was not a better manager than Klopp. It was his day. Take your day.
And it happens. It happens.
Now I have to see. Yeah, Emery came to Arsenal. We all saw what happened at Arsenal. Emery signed the same people that are saying, "Oh, Emery said they should bring Leno. Emery said they should bring Lichtsteiner,
Socrates,
David Luiz, Socrates."
Torreira.
These were guys that their careers were Torreira.
Yeah.
There were even talks of Nzonzi and Everback.
Exactly.
So that we will turn to retirement home.
Yeah.
What does it show you? It shows you that this is a manager who doesn't know big players and cannot get big players to come, because too many of the players
perform.
are either players that were reaching their careers. So there will come is a good wage package, and it's Arsenal. It still has the brand. So they will come. I remember I said it. I said this guy will feed off of Arsene Wenger's football, and everybody will be giving him kudos. This was the same manager. After that season, who did he sell?
Yeah.
He sold the Whoopi, who knew how to play technical football. I think that time was when he started benching Mesut. He benched Mesut Ozil that season. Then some players that played the certain way, he let them go. We started seeing his style. To show you someone that was tactically confused, he was always telling Torreira
to be the 10
to press, and Ozil should be in DM.
Mr. Emery.
I should look at somebody like that. Where we studied his game, we saw him in full flow. Everybody's like, but he was not giving time.
So wait. I hate that statement. Giving time to destroy Arsenal, giving time to destroy the little that was left of Arsenal at that time. That argument is so silly. Give him time. We could see that we're being turned into rubbles. We could see we're being plunged into the pit, into the valley of hell. But we should give him time to do what? to do what?
Let me ask you a question. How many chances were we conceding under Emery?
Oh Lord, bucket loads. We're giving away chance. Remember that there was a game, was it Watford, that we considered almost 15 shots? Like against a Watford. See, the Emery time was pathetic. Now, I'm not saying, see, people get it wrong. See, listen to comprehend and understand what we're saying. We're not saying Emery is a useless manager. No. But he does not belong to a certain tier.
That's not.
He's a mid-table manager, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with you being an expert as being a mid-table manager. And Arteta is not a mid-table manager. Arteta is for the higher echelon. And we can say it clearly. We have a style of play. Players won't come to Arsenal because of him. When he speaks to players respect him, no matter how young he is.
Yeah.
He has been competing with what a lot of people, unanimously, fans, whether fans of Arsenal, fans of that club, is saying Pep is the best manager, right? And Arteta has been giving him a run for his money for the last 2 years. But yet, we are going to call on Emery and say, oh, but he beat us last season. So just because we beat Manchester City last season, that means suddenly Arteta is now ahead of Pep. Even though I always keep on saying that Arteta is getting closer and he will eventually usurp him. But right now, Pep is still the best manager in the world. It is what it is. And Emery doesn't even belong in that bracket. Emery is not in that bracket. So why are we comparing somebody we will clearly know based on his exploit for over 20 years to be a mid-table manager to a new manager who has been coaching for the last 4-5 years, who has shown that he can mix it with the best of the best. He can mix it at the top. Why are we making those comparisons? And it's coming from Arsenal fans. It's so despicable, and I can't believe we are doing this to ourselves.
Bro, have you ever thought about it like this? Everybody makes it, what do they call this guy? Arteta is this, Arteta is that. If Arteta didn't have a job today, do you know how many offers will come for him?
It's gone. Exactly, it's gone.
If Arteta didn't have a job, if Aston Villa had a chance to sign Arteta and
They'll
Emery
get
was
him.
there, they'll sack Emery to
They'll
bring
sack
Arteta
Emery
in.
for Arteta. Exactly.
You
I
don't
can't
get it.
believe.
Arteta has broken every metric
Sure.
to be in that top manager bracket.
Yeah.
We can say we don't rate that award that they gave him, was it in Saudi? For you to be, they gave you the best manager award, that one that they gave to him. In the top managers in the world, who did they pick as the top 4 managers? Pep, Ancelotti, was it maybe Klopp and Arteta? We all saw Arteta, what he did to the Invincibles of Germany. We all saw it.
Yeah. I'll play them.
Look at the logic here. The same people who tell you Arsenal players are not world class,
Yeah.
our players are not good enough.
Yeah.
Then, if these players are not good enough, is Arteta not a miracle worker?
Exactly.
If you're
Exactly.
now telling us that let Emery hold these players, give him this our squad. Hell no.
Who built the
Emery
squad?
wouldn't use Havertz the way Arteta used Havertz.
Exactly. See, the
No, because
hypocrisy is that
let them give him our squad.
the same Arsenal fans, right? You were here where they almost pommeled me last season for saying sticking to my guns that Kai Havertz is a brilliant player. They're telling me, what do I mean? Someone was mocking by saying that because I said he has an elite movement. They say, all players should be able to move. Really? It just shows, unfortunately, we have too many low IQ people watching football. All players don't know how to move.
Definitely.
No, all players don't know how to move. It is what it is. So they should give Unai Emery Arteta squad, but Arteta, you don't rate Arteta, but he built the squad. Rationalize that for me, please.
Exactly. You rate the squad he built and tell me this man will do better.
I would do better.
When Arteta told you that he was bringing in Raya, you insulted him.
You insulted him.
All of a sudden, you want him to give.
When Arteta
was bringing in Ben White,
they say, how can you spend 50 million on Ben White? He's not good enough. But yet, we should give Unai Emery our score. When he bought Tomiyasu, they say, who is that? Who is that samurai? Who is that samurai from Bologna?
Exactly.
But you give our score. When it was about to buy Odegaard, they said Buendia was better than Odegaard. That we should go and buy Buendia or Madison. But yet, and you don't rate him.
Exactly. When Arteta told Xhaka that he wanted him to stay, that he could do something for him, what did they say? That we should go and buy Telemans. That Telemans is better than Xhaka.
He's better than Xhaka.
Last season, people were saying we miss Xhaka.
Turkish, I'm going to mention his name. Turkish was ahead of the campaign. Xhaka is too slow. He's not good enough. Then when Xhaka finally goes, you think Turkish should be happy. He had the audacity to say we miss Xhaka. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? That we miss Xhaka. And his fanboys come to my platform and tell me he had a bigger platform than me. That is not the argument. See, some of you are stupid though. When did I say AFTV or Turkish
platform? Your platform is
when did I say he don't have a bigger platform than me?
Platform, where does it start? Don't platforms grow from small to big? How do you just
whether it grows from small to big or whether I have reached their numbers? That's not the argument. So can we just stick to the argument? Now, if one debate platform, we can do that. But speak to the argument. This clown was anti-Xhaka for 3-4 years that he was here. Victory on Xhaka. He finally leaves and he has the audacity to say, we miss Xhaka. And you think that is not insanity? Just because all of you will zip him down and gobble him doesn't mean some of us will do that same thing. No. The truth is the truth.
Bro, the same people that are saying, and we should go and sign Tielemans. Where is Tielemans? Tielemans is playing for the same Emery. Does he play every time?
Yeah, it doesn't exactly. They were saying Tielemans will improve.
Then the same people.
Tielemans is not better than Xhaka.
Tielemans
they cannot run, but they said he will improve. See, some of the section of Arsenal fans, right? Some of you are just purely mad. You should be in an asylum. Some of them were so sure that Maddison will be better than Odegaard.
Better than Odegaard.
Yeah.
Imagine the same said all these players. Now, you're telling me my players are not world class. So either my players are not world class, and ARTETA turned these players to world class or near world class.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Make it make sense.
Will you now tell us that he is that either you agree he's world class or the squad is world class? So you cannot you cannot mix them together. There is no middle ground. And any middle ground you want to stand on, you find red hot coal there because we will attack you. There's no middle ground. So if the players are not world class, if you were telling us that Havertz was a donkey, or was it this, or was it that, or was a light pole, and all of a sudden you are now telling us Havertz is good enough to play for us, whose fault is that? Or whose redemption is that? Is MIKEL ARTETA. So ARTETA is a world-class manager. When he buys a squad, a player, he has a vision for the player.
Exactly.
We saw Dusan Tadic say it by himself in the, what do they call it? In the press conference. He said, Pep improves players, ARTETA improves players. So you've seen it. You're seeing Xabi Alonso that you say is better than ARTETA. Give ARTETA his kudos. Say that ARTETA is a competitive animal. You've seen us break every record we had not broken for a long time. More goals.
We broke the invisible goal scoring record. The invincibles that we celebrate, right? Sorry to interrupt because of the lag. The invincibles that we celebrate, we broke their goal scoring record last season.
Yeah.
But yet, these clowns are telling us Mikel Arteta is not good enough. Coming from those that wanted us to bring on finishing Conte and finishing Mourinho. Two managers that have passed their sell-by dates. They wanted us to bring those managers into the club and destroy the fabrics of a great club. And I'm supposed to listen to those idiots because they have bigger platform. You are insane.
Yeah.
You're insane. Let me read this one from Jeffrey. Shout out to Jeffrey again for being in the chat. Hello, guys. I've defended Arteta almost since day one. My question is, why do you think so many people are so animals towards him? He has massively improved as a manager. Because, see, Jeffrey, I know sometimes you'll be going to watch a AFTV. You have to understand that negativity sells. We are in a like and view economy. People are hustling. Now, some of you can say, are you not doing the same thing? I'm not doing the same thing. I still have a paid job. If YouTube pays me enough to focus on YouTube, I'll do it. But I will not be perpetrating and gaslighting fans for views and likes. These guys are gaslighting a lot of naive fans. Though hide under, I have standards. You don't have any fucking standards. If you have standards, you understand there's a process to build a team to have a sustainable success rate. You don't want to build a team that they can win 1 or 2 trophies and fall off. Look at, we've built a solid team. Look at our defensive options. Even Man City cannot compete with our defensive options.
Look at the age.
Look at the age. Look at our midfield options. Even though Mourinho has not finally signed, I'm very sure Mourinho will join. Look at the age. Now, let me show you that the gaslight a lot of unsuspecting fans, right? Like I said in my post-match analysis yesterday, Partey had a few missed passes yesterday, just like any player, even though it's Ronaldinho or Messi, it happens. Saliba had 2 obvious errors yesterday. Thank God we're not punished. Rice was anonymous yesterday. Well, I'm not criticizing Rice. I understand it. But guess what? He pushed an agenda on Partey. Oh, Partey is finishing. We need to replace Partey. Oh, his legs are gone. but it was better than Rice yesterday in the midfield. What did Rice contribute yesterday? Nothing. I'm not criticizing Rice. I'm just using it for the sake of this argument. Why we're so focused on Partey instead of Rice that played badly yesterday? Because one is white and one is English. I don't know one is black and it's African. So it's easy to target him for the agenda. So fans have to understand that there are a lot of platforms out there who are hustling naive fans. They're hustling people. They'll gaslight you, be saying things like, "Oh, if Arteta don't win the league this season, we sack him." Yeah, they're hustling over time. This is crazy. They're hustling unsuspecting fans over time. I'm not saying we should come here and pander to Arteta and pander to Arsenal. No. We will criticize them objectively and give them their praises. Like, look at our AFTV and the rest were so harsh on the Cronkies when they didn't own the club 100%. Now they own the club. Where have they done any stream to say shout out to the Cronkies? Because it's not Mikel Arteta's money. It's not Mikel Arteta's money. All this contract we are signing and buying players, it's not Eddie's money. It's a Cronkies. But do you never see them do a stream and shout out the Cronkies? But it's easy to call out the Cronkies every damn time. Like I said that time, I wasn't overly criticizing the Cronkies because I myself, I will not overly invest in something I don't own 100%. I ain't doing that. There's no logic to it.
Even Arsene Wenger said it. Said he understood why they didn't invest there.
Yeah.
Which is normal. For me, this is my thing.
Okay. No, finish. Sorry.
See,
finish.
This is why Akim Morgan sometimes let's ask ourselves some questions, because I think, as you say, Akim Morgan is one of those people that watches AFTV for guilty pleasure. I think he mentioned that.
He admitted to it. He admitted to it. Yeah.
Let me say something. It's not a matter of these bozos will talk. What is right? It's not about people talking. Say, let's be honest. Honest about what? Fucking honest about what? So are you telling me we are not seeing he didn't win the league? Somebody didn't win the league by 2 points. Don't you have eyes? Must someone dictate to your brain or the way you think? There's a reason why you do not work in the financial market, because you don't know how to analyze. The numbers don't just prove it. They analyze the numbers critically before they know the next moves, before they can talk about the interest rates, before they can talk about any kind of rates that they want to add. We looked at what this guy had. You're not telling me the FA Cup, we played Manchester City and what do they call it? Liverpool. In both seasons that we were knocked out. It's a 50-50 thing. We could win, they could win. It's what it is. We knew that, okay, and look at the funny thing. You see how stupid people are. When Arteta competed for the league 2 seasons ago, none of us saw it coming. Let's be realistic. My prediction was third with 9 to 10 points behind Manchester City and Liverpool maximum. Only for me to see that we competed. So in that competition, what did we find out? That we didn't have a big enough squad.
Yeah.
The big enough squad, when got in, what happened? We crumbled. There was no Tomiyasu, because the same fraud, Gary O'Driscoll, said Tomiyasu should play, or Saliba should play, after finding out against Fulham, he had a back injury. He still told him to play. And guess what? The injury escalated. He played only 28 league games, and that was it. The same with Tomiyasu was injured. Zinchenko used to have injuries here and there. What did Arteta find out? He needed a squad. What did he do? He brought in David Raya, he brought in Kai Havertz, and he brought in Declan Rice. Because we couldn't have Partey getting injured every single time when it's crucial matches. We couldn't. Last season, what happened? We now had a better squad. Now, could we say the squad depth was what we wanted? No, it wasn't what we
No.
wanted. But we forget we couldn't spend recklessly because we had PSR or FFP. Remember, we got Raya on a loan. Manchester City has 115 points against them because Manchester City had to do financial doping to have the squad that they have right now. And there are talks of. So if we did financial doping, we'll have the squad Manchester City have also. I don't know if you understand. We are now still forgetting that this season, ARTETA brought in Calafiori. He had Urian Timber. Yes, we signed Timber last summer.
But
Timber got injured.
Unfortunately.
He has Calafiori, Timber. Gabriel, Ben White, Saliba, and Kivio, and Zinchenko. Imagine that squad depth, but it cannot be built within 1 or 2 seasons. It must take time.
Takes time.
Look at our midfield. We'll soon add Merino to Partey, Jorginho, Rice, Waneri. See, don't use this Arsenal owes us a trophy. They don't owe me a fucking dime.
Yeah, nobody owes nobody.
See, if Arsenal wasn't winning trophies, I would support my club. What am I going to tell fans that are fans of Scunthorpe? Or people that support what do they call it?
Or Derby.
Or Derby County. Do they win this thing every time? But it's what being a fan is. I don't know where this nonsense that they came to feed you standards. When did we start football? That was a beautiful sport that we watched because we wanted to feel happy and entertained. We now start adding too much emotional or the trophies. They owe me a trophy. My team competes. There are other teams vying for a trophy. We are not the only competitors in this league. And that is why we pride ourselves that this league is.
We're not saying we shouldn't win trophies.
Do you know
we're not saying you shouldn't win trophies. You have to understand when you come to compete. See, I don't know whether most of you have not competed for anything in life. There are no guarantees in competition. You prepare as best as you can, and everything goes. Nobody's tolerating that we should not win trophy. We're not saying so. But you have to understand, just the last season, it was just 2 points. How do a rational fan get angry that we lost to Man City with just 2 points? If you're angry, I can't help you.
Remember,
I can't help you.
There were 3 teams in the title race.
Yeah. Liverpool dropped out.
Because we finished 2 points, it doesn't mean Liverpool wasn't there. Every tough ground Yupo wanted us to go to, we didn't lose. We went to West Ham, they got smacked. Manchester City, it was a draw. Manchester United, that were not winning there all the time, they got smacked. Or it was a 1-0 win. What happened? We played Chelsea. We beat the living hell out of them. What happened to, what do they call these guys? Tottenham. All the teams that told us would beat us. Imagine how many tough teams I am calling. And what did these teams do? He won 17 out of 18, or 16 out of 18. Drawing 1 and losing 1. Meaning if earlier in the season, we did not lose to Fulham, we would have won the league. So am I going to blame him for that one?
Yeah.
I look at it. So you have to look at it. Oh, the Champions League. You people tell us that Madrid are favorites for the Champions League. Even if we got to the final and lost, you people still not have been satisfied.
Exactly. Don't move the goalpost again.
It's not because they owe you any fucking trophies. Because you are insatiable by nature. And to that standards. There's no difference between you people and the women that ask people for money, and when you say, and when they say, oh, when you say no and they tell you you're stingy, you will go online and start ranting. What's the difference between you and those ladies? Tell me the difference. Sorry, bro, for cutting you off. Please.
No problem. You are on the floor. I should have allowed you to finish your flow. See, nobody's saying we should not win. I don't know why you're being gaslit by these other channels. Oh, you have to win. No. See, you have to win, but you have to understand that there's a possibility of losing, provided you compete. If 3 years ago, this same fans were shouting, oh, all we need is to compete. Let's be competing. Now we are competing. Now, move the goalpost. You have to win. We're not saying we shouldn't win. We have to understand there's a chance of you losing, even though when you're competing. Like, have you guys not competed for anything in your lives? Like, I'm not getting it. You are allowing people who have not competed for anything to gaslight you that, oh, you have to win. Because from Ligona and this Turkish, what have they actually genuinely competed for you to let them shouting standards? What have they, like that? Is it education? Is it occupation? Is it any career? No, this guy's got notoriety on the internet. And they're here gaslighting you about standards.
Bro, you know what makes it fun?
This is crazy.
These were people 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we are saying they just want to be in the statement. They just wanted to be in the statement with Liverpool and Manchester City.
They say, let me phrase it. They said they just want to be in the conversation of the league. They said they want to be in the conversation of the league. That's what they were saying. Arsenal fans were shouting, let us be in the conversation. Now we're in the conversation. Suddenly, oh, we have to win or sack somebody. Man, see, if not for Mikel Arteta, right?
When was the last time
talking about? See, do you know when? Let me. Sorry.
Last time we considered favorite.
What did you say?
Continue. Sorry, the lag.
Do you know when I understood that Arsenal have gone to another level? See, people can see action will give out a lot of people's masking of the truth. Do you know how? Now, this season, I was watching a lot of these content creators, what's it called? Predictions for top four. Do you know what I found very consistent? All of them put Arsenal and Man City on their on a different hemisphere. Appointing
exactly.
So I'm like, oh, so they will trigger Arsenal fans by shouting, oh, Arsenal can't win anything. But when it's time to predict top four, suddenly they are saying first and second is for Manchester City and Arsenal. Leave them on that side. Let's talk about top four. And you are telling me Arteta has not done anything. Arsenal has not improved. What? Are you people mad? Are you mad? This is crazy. Across all platforms, right? All of them unanimously are saying Arsenal and Manchester City will occupy first and second. Across. But Arsenal fans are still saying,
exactly.
No, Arsenal fans. You're watching AFTV. You're letting AFTV to make money. I understand, make money, but like, come on, man. Common sense should come back to society. Common sense needs to come back. See, I watched like 20 shows. I was just doing that survey by myself. All across board, they're putting Arsenal and Manchester City first and second. But Arsenal fans are saying Unai Emery is better than Arteta. Arteta has not done anything. He has not won trophies. Apart from the FA Cup, he has to do this. If he doesn't win this trophy, you have to sack him. Please help me continue.
You've said it. You said it.
Oh, Lord.
You said it. Everybody acts as if, oh, you want to win a trophy. The first season Arteta had to build to win. If you don't build to win, how will it work?
Yeah.
How will it work? You want him to enter and win immediately.
Yeah.
What did we have for him to win with?
Oh, go with the flow is here, your
Go
friend.
with the flow has come again.
Next game is Villa. We won't lose. We are not losing. We are not losing.
We won't lose. See, you know what? I'm not bothered because don't people understand the beginning of the season? It's the beginning of the season. Are you telling me the first 5 to 7 games, the table is not set?
Sure.
Unless we are atrocious within that period. The first 5 to 7 games, they are not set. And we all know how the league is. I said it before. The AFTV canker worm is something that should die.
It will
if
eventually.
That guy because you have to. The reason they set this thing up is in case there's a negativity for them to sell. They must sell something. And what is going to be their
views? Yeah, the views.
We need a striker. We need a forward guy. If not, they must sell something. So we need to make sure that players and fans, most especially, you see, sometimes Akimog, I don't even, we are not owed anything, but what has always bothered me is that Jesus Christ. Let me break something down. You see, when I said you people will not have any financial analytical things, and you come and type something that will just bring up a whole lot of unwanted memories. For 22 years, I don't know when you started watching Arsenal. 22 years they are talking about, we had not gotten anything over the line. What was the reason for not getting? And it's even inaccurate to say we have not
Very,
gotten
very
anything
inaccurate.
over the line unless you're
We've got an
talking
FA
about the
Cup.
league.
Because number one, see, let me see, let me just say
Yeah.
before you continue, right? They'll say we've not gotten anything, but yet in that 22 years you mentioned, we won FA Cup. We saw Man United fans tell us that they have a better season than because we won the FA Cup last season. And they won the Carling Cup previous
Yeah.
season. But Arsenal fans
Eighth
will
position.
not turn around and be gaslighting us that we've not won anything substantial. Which one is choose, pick a poison, Arsenal fans. Like, what is it? This is crazy. And guess what? It's Arsenal fans that are pushing these narratives and agenda. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. It's to reply to Akim Morgan. 22 years over the line.
Yeah.
Do you people not think about this thing logically? You don't think about this thing logically to say, first of all, why was it 22 years? We're building a new stadium and we didn't have the funds to say
Yeah.
somebody should pay. Arsene Wenger could have gone to Real Madrid, but they said if they are going to grant Arsenal any reason to build that stadium, they need a guarantor, which Arsene Wenger had to be the guarantor. That if he's going to be there for the next how many years, that's the only way they will give it to them. And Arsene Wenger stood, and that's how Arsenal was giving it. Over how many years Arsenal built the stadium? If Arsenal had done anything like what you people, because you people don't understand financial rules, Portsmouth and Leeds.
Look at where they
Portsmouth used to be in the EPL.
Yeah.
Where's Portsmouth? Because Portsmouth
Leeds.
almost went into administration. Look at your brothers, Bordeaux. Bordeaux,
Insolvent.
we knew Bordeaux. Bordeaux was a team that came back. We signed Chamak and we're interested in your Gokov. If you remember Gokov from there.
I remember the French midfielder.
What happened there? Now, we heard a few weeks ago that Bordeaux is insolvent because they never kept to financial rules. We kept to every financial rule. We had to sell our best players every single time so that we'll be able to fund the, what do they call it? The payment of the stadiums.
The stadium.
Every loan and every interest. We do not owe for a dime for it anymore. So that was the main crux of why we were not able to do anything. And Arsene Wenger, after leaving, Emery came, which Emery had been atrocious. You see, when fans gaslight you and you don't do your research, banter has become the normal thing. Akim Morgan has not done his research. I'm sure he went to go and listen to AFTV.
Exactly. They bamboozled him. Exactly. Again.
2 years, we've not won it. We've not won the EPL. I know why we've not won. Because we had, what did Henry say? Henry said for him, if we didn't move from the hybrid, we would still be winning because we wouldn't need to pay anything. So we should always have our facts straight. 22 years was because we had to do things. If we didn't do things the right way, we would be where Portsmouth is, we would be where Bordeaux is.
Let me respond to this. Go with the flow. He has come with the shenanigans this evening. ARTETA's problem is he's going up against the, if not the greatest manager of all time in the last 10 to 15 years. Take that man away, ARTETA has 2 EPL. It's partially true, and secondly, it's not fully true. I'll tell you why I don't think, as much as I still maintain the gap between ARTETA and Pep is not huge, and I'll give it to Pep is the greatest manager right now. But if not for a few injuries, Like last season, there was Partey inconsistency, always injured. Jesus and Timber.
Timber.
I think
Partey
I
and
think
Timber.
and Timber will have nicked the trophy last season if those two guys were not injured. So it's about the quality of players.
Yeah.
Like I told you behind the phone we're
Yeah.
talking. If you take Pep to go and coach Ipswich Town, he ain't winning nothing because we overrate these managers as if they are gods,
Of course.
right? You are as good as the quality of players. I'm not saying Pep doesn't improve players, doesn't add this it doesn't create a system or a staff for them to flourish. It does that, but you still need the quality of player to exhibit that thing on the pitch because Pep will not lace his boot and be on the pitch. So you, as good as you are as a manager, you need quality players to carry out your instructions. So the difference between Pep and Klopp too and Arteta is that he has a bit more flexibility, a bit more subsidy in terms of having money to buy more players than these two other managers. Because if three of them have the same resources, that would be another different conversation to speak about. So I understand what Govito is saying. It's partially true and it's partially not true. So it is what it is. The truth is, if Pep was finishing second, everyone would say he has failed as a manager in England. Bullshit. Because, stop, go slow. We know you come with your bullshit. When Pep was failing the Champions League, we still rated him.
Yeah. Question: is Zidane better than Pep?
Yeah.
He ran away from the question and said we are missing the point. Managers are based. The reason why a team will go and pick a manager who might be finishing fourth and have not won any trophy and say come is because they've seen what you can
do.
So it's not based off of trophy. You have to do analytical. What do they call it? When Pep had Messi, he was tearing the Champions.
It's just like the Ivan Toney conversation. Just like the Ivan Toney conversation, he's so great. Arsenal fans will tell you if either Ivan Toney will win the league. But how come no top 6 club is keen on Ivan Toney? As good as it is. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. It's a silly argument to have that will base a manager solely on trophies. That's his sickening. By that logic, Di Matteo should still have a job because he won the Champions League with Chelsea. Where is Di Matteo today?
Of course.
No, let's not do that. We're not saying relegate trophies. There's a fine balance of winning trophies and the progressiveness people can see, the tangible things people can see, how you manage a team, how your team can sustain the success. You can't be telling me just go and get my based on trophies. Where is Mourinho today? Based on trophies. See, Arteta has not won any trophy. Because if Arsenal have the audacity to sack him, Real Madrid will take him. Barcelona will take him. Bayern will take him. Of course. So let's not play stupid games. Yeah, let's not play stupid games. Now, he's seen as a field in. Yeah, talk about the low IQ people. Do not group me with idiots who want to banter online. Don't group us with idiots who want to banter, tasteless banter online. I don't do that tasteless banter online. I don't do that nonsense. They say we are building a dynasty. Xhaka is going to be our next manager. Martel, are you drinking Martel? This guy had a few Martel in your Martel, you are representing your name. Martel, you are representing your name. How is Xhaka going to be our next manager? Oh, you want Arteta to be sacked? Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. So this debate will continue. AFT has provoked this debate about, Emery is better. We all know that objectively, Emery doesn't come near Arteta. One has a style, the other one doesn't have a style. One has been in the game for 25 years and has never been successful at top club. One is emerging to be that success as a top club. So they don't need to compare. You see, I told you he has had a few Martel. I wasn't right. I wasn't wrong, rather. Martel, good night, Martel. He's needed. So, what will be your final shot as we round up this stream?
No, we can see AFTV for what they are. We can see them for what they are.
How come we can see it, but majority of the fans can't see it? That's my last question.
It's guilty pleasure.
But why are they taking it seriously if it's guilty pleasure?
Nah, bro, some don't even know that they have even taken it seriously anymore.
Very interesting. I see your point. I actually see your point. So, guys, if you're watching on the playback, please like the video. Very, very important. Subscribe if you're new here, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Shout out to everybody who has been here in the comment section, from Aki Morgan to Go with the Flow to Martel to Ige and to, let me see, Aki Morgan, Ige, Go with the Flow. Shout out to every one of you for making it an interactive stream. And we appreciate for spending your time with us, even though you might have disagreed. It's all fair in love and war sometimes. So shout out to everybody. So that will be this will be end for now. We'll be here. Let me do this last one from Marky Morgan. Listen, one thing, I absolutely agree with you. Emery considered 31 shot against Watford. So but we also can't ignore that Arteta doesn't win. I can see.
This guy is an EFTV guy.
The EFTV guys. I say Akimoga is in love with EFTV. He loved the song. He loves the chaos. He loves a roller coaster life. He loves it. He loves it. That's what he wants to choose. Why are we to convince him from that? So it is what it is. Guys, like the video, subscribe, and all that jazz. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.